But Baelish, perhaps I was wrong to distrust you.
Distrusting me was the wisest thing you've done since you climbed off your horse.
Peter Littlefinger Baelish. He approaches Ned not with a dagger, but with a gift. This scene is the moment the trap snaps shut. Ned thinks he is finding a breakthrough. In reality, he is being handed a script. What follows is a masterful demonstration of psychological manipulation. Littlefinger uses the rule of reciprocity to manufacture trust where none exists, and employs a strategic red herring to steer Ned's investigation away from justice and directly toward war. To understand how Littlefinger bypasses Ned's defenses, we need some context. Ned Stark has been in the capital for weeks, surrounded by enemies. He instinctively distrusts everyone, especially Littlefinger, a man he finds too clever by half. But Ned is stuck. His investigation is stalled. He needs information, and Littlefinger knows it. Littlefinger's objective is not justice, it is chaos. He needs to ignite the conflict between Stark and Lannister, and to do that, he needs Ned to feel like he is leading the charge. The scene begins with Littlefinger intercepting Ned. He doesn't start with business. He starts with a shared observation to lower Ned's defenses.
I hear you're reading a boring book.
Pycelle talks too much.
Oh, he never stops.
This opening banter is a strategic application of use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. By mocking Grand Maester Pycelle, Littlefinger aligns himself with Ned. He creates a temporary in-group dynamic, us, the smart men, versus him, the boring bureaucrat. It frames Littlefinger not as a schemer, but as a candid truth-teller. With the rapport established, Littlefinger immediately pivots to the gift.
Do you know Sir Hugh of the Vale? Not surprising. Until recently, he was only a squire. John Arryn's squire.
Littlefinger provides a critical new lead. He identifies a suspect, Sir Hugh, and a suspicious circumstance, knighted too soon. This implies a direct connection between Arryn's death and a beneficiary, giving Ned the illusion of progress he desperately craves. Ned, naturally suspicious, questions the motive.
He was knighted almost immediately after his master's untimely death.
Knighted for what? Why are you telling me this?
I promised Cat that I'd help you.
This is the psychological lever. Littlefinger triggers Cialdini's rule of reciprocity. By framing this valuable intelligence as a favor to Catelyn, he creates a psychological burden of debt. Ned, an honorable man, feels uncomfortable being beholden. He is conditioned to return favors, and Littlefinger is counting on that pressure to force Ned to lower his guard. Ned's immediate reaction reveals his linear and innocent approach to justice.
Where is Sir Hugh? I'll speak to him.
Ned believes his authority as hand is a shield. He wants to confront the suspect openly. Littlefinger immediately shuts this down, asserting his superior experience in the game of shadows.
A singularly bad idea. Do you see that boy there? One of Varys's little birds. The spider has taken a great interest in your comings and goings. Now look, there. That one belongs to the Queen. And do you see that scepter, pretending to read her book?
Littlefinger halts Ned's direct action by inducing paranoia. He points out the spies, validating his earlier warning about the lethal environment of King's Landing. By demonstrating his superior situational awareness, he positions himself as the only competent guide, forcing Ned to rely on him for protection as well as information. Littlefinger now tests Ned's capacity for the game.
Rest of the Queen.
No, she's one of mine. Is there someone in your service whom you trust completely?
Yes.
The wiser answer was no, my lord.
This is a defining moment. Littlefinger explicitly mocks Ned's trusting nature. He is teaching Ned that in King's Landing, trust is a liability. It is a subtle power play. I am teaching you how to survive, which makes me your mentor, not just your informant. It reinforces Ned's dependence on Littlefinger's wisdom.
Get a message to this paragon of yours, discreetly. Send him to question Sir Hugh. After that, you might want him to visit a certain armorer in the city. He lives in a large house at the top of the Street of Steel.
Littlefinger deals the cards. He gives Ned 2 specific leads, ensuring Ned follows a pre-designed script. Sir Hugh. Littlefinger knows sending a subordinate to question Hugh will alert the Lannisters. This leads directly to Hugh's death by the mountain, which confirms the danger and radicalizes Ned, the armorer. This path leads to Gendry and the incest secret, Littlefinger ensures Ned finds the explosive truth that makes war inevitable.
Why?
I have my observers, as I said, and it's possible that they saw Lord Aaron visit this armorer several times in the weeks before his death.
He validates the lead with his observers, reinforcing the value of his spy network one last time. The manipulation succeeds. Ned, feeling the weight of the debt and the logic of the advice, capitulates.
But Baelish, perhaps I was wrong to distrust you.
Distrusting me was the wisest thing you've done since you climbed off your horse.
The trap snaps shut. The gift has purchased the concession. Ned has moved from suspicion to gratitude. Littlefinger closes with a paradox. By agreeing with Ned's distrust, he appears undeniably honest. It is the ultimate deception, telling the victim he is being tricked, which only makes the victim trust the trickster more. In this brief walk, Littlefinger has achieved total victory. He has used reciprocity to bypass Ned's defenses, paranoia to paralyze Ned's direct instincts, and he has steered the investigation toward a conflict he desires. Ned leaves the garden believing he has found a lead. In reality, he has just stepped onto the path that leads to his own execution. This exchange marks the definitive success of the false friend trap, allowing Littlefinger to remain safely on the sidelines while transferring all lethal risk onto Ned. By leveraging the psychological burden of debt, Littlefinger successfully binds Ned's honor to his own manipulative ends, ensuring the Stark patriarch feels obligated rather than suspicious. Ned believes he is exercising his own agency, but in reality, he has surrendered his autonomy to a master gardener who has pruned away every option except war. Ultimately, Ned is no longer playing his own game. He is merely a piece being moved to ignite the conflict between the wolf and the lion.